Put that coffee down.
How would you assess that it's a scripting problem? Because you hear people get lost on the call, or like what is it that you will go, got it?
Well, like when you were managing diggers, like how many of them just went rogue and did things their own way?
A good few.
Yeah. Good, yeah. Right? So it's the same thing, right? These guys just think they know better.
Okay, so it's not an issue of the script. You mean that
They're
people
just
are
not
going
doing it.
off the script?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they're like trying to find a more efficient or better way to do it, but they're not doing that. They're just finding a more pleasant conversation to have.
Okay.
Right?
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, this is
a flag in that.
Yeah, and then, or they're trying to help the next guy too much, but that guy's job is like to be good at his job. He doesn't need your help.
Yeah.
Right? So like, I had listened to one the other day, and the guy's basically like, hey, so what kind of money do you have to invest in something like this? And I was like, we don't ask that on triage.
Right.
And then he's like, how much do you have in your checking account? How much do you have in your savings account? And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah. I was like, that will cause no-shows. Because because you're making someone uncomfortable. Yeah. There are ways to ask how much money someone has to do things. Mm-hmm. You know, you can say, hey, listen, if there was a possibility that what we do might actually help you get to XYZ, like, would you be in a position to have the resources available to actually put into something like this? Mm-hmm. Like, you can ask that question. You know what I mean? Like, and that's fine. It's the way you ask it, which makes a big difference. Asking someone how much money they have is a fucking...
And no one, like, that's such a weird question.
Fuck you, how much money do you have? Because if someone asks me that, I go, how much money do you have?
Yeah.
Like that. And then I just sit there and they go, and I go...
Nobody's answering that truthfully. No. You're like, you're crazy if you answer that truthfully, whether you have a lot or a little bit. If you just go, like, to anyone at any stage and go, like... can we play poker? But I'm going to put my cards on the facing up, please.
Because I'm really trying to decide if I sell you an 8K or a 15K package. Could you just tell me how much money you have? Yeah. And listen, like, don't get me wrong. There are parts of the script, but not that script, but later on where I can get that information.
Yeah, but
it's done in a very particular way, and it's not done by a 19-year-old that knows dick about sales.
But you're not going to ask how much someone has in their account.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't know shit about sales. Yeah, but I wouldn't be like, tell me to the cent how many dollars are in your account. Yeah, which account?
Listen, there is a way to get that info, but it's again, it's a very particular conversation that has to be stacked in a way where that information comes out effortlessly. Yeah. Yeah. You know? But it's not the job of the triage. It's not the job of the discovery call, like the pre-qualification call. So like, and I can see it, man. Like what I'll come in and do is I'll slap these motherfuckers and tell them how to do things. Mm-hmm. Right. And I'll be like, I'll listen to every goddamn call. Mm-hmm. Like, and then from there they do it. The pass-through rates go through the roof. More sales are made. Close rates obviously drop because more people are being sent through. Sure. Everyone makes more money. And over time, what happens is those guys, they introduce more financial qualifiers because they hear salespeople complaining about broke leads. Okay. Right? So they're like, oh, I can help this. I'll just, you know what I mean? No, those guys aren't saying, don't send me the broke leads. They're just going, fuck, these guys are broke. Because they are. And that's fine. But that's their job. You know? So then it creeps up and then sales go to shit. And then you got to slap them again, and then it goes back up, and then so it's like that constant game. But then it's like it makes it really difficult because like sometimes that's not what's happening. You know what I mean? And so it's like it's being able to look through and like not have a set of assumptions, but have like a common sense lens of like, okay, like what are the stupidest things this could be?
Put that coffee down.
New episodes released every week on your favorite podcast app, or you can watch them on YouTube.